we're just gonna have to jump right into this because literally, look at all of these. And I still have 2 more on the floor, and you can't even tell how many palettes are in there. So this is my final update of my 2018 pan that palette slash pan porn slash pan those eyeshadows. I, to be honest, did not know what to call this. The people who inspired me to do this and who I'm taking reference from will be linked down below as always. So we're just going to jump right into it. I am showing literally everything. If I only showed it once, that's what you will see. I will have the photos up on one of the sides of the screen. And we're just gonna start. This is the Lamy Law palette. This is from Wish. This is what this reflective little John looks like. If you don't know what John means, because it's Philly slang, it means this thing. But yeah, the black was depotted and the white was used as a Franken shade. Next is a newer one in my collection that I'm actually wearing today. I did a different type of look with it today. This is the Anastasia Subculture palette. The only one you could really tell, at least on camera, that has been used is Adore. But for example, today I used Cube, Dawn, Fudge, and All Star for this look. I do have to get more use out of this, but I'm waiting till I'm finishing my throwing shade. Throwing shade helped a lot in this project to get what I needed and wanted done. Next is the Balm Meet Matrimony. This is what this buddy looks like. This buddy was pretty much, I used it a lot for, I used to be a competitive dancer, so Matte Ahmed was the perfect black shade, very pigmented. I would literally just bring this palette for a transition shade and the black to do a smoky eye, and then I'll tell you eventually. Actually, we'll just pull it out now. The palette I would use for the white was D Pastel Goth. Yes, the white, if I'm gonna pan anything ever out of this palette, it's going to be the white, because the white is so opaque. It's a really good white, which kind of sucks. If I was still a dancer, I would definitely invest in Sugar Pill Taco as a non-controversial pick. So next I have to do my Jeffree Star palette. This is Androgyny. If you don't know, I actually do voices a lot, but I tend to not let that side show since these videos sometimes get a little serious, and there's a freaking cat hair in here. Thank you, cat. I know where you were last night. You were sniffing all my palettes. And I just dug my nail in poison. Tight. All of my older shadows do have line marks in them, because at one point in time I made a giant Franken shadow that was pretty much black with glitter. No, brown with glitter. But yeah, I do really like this palette a lot. Androgyny's kind of been through a little crumbly phase. To be honest, I'm reaching for this palette on my birthday. This has always been, the past year and a half-ish that I've had it, is like my special events palettes. I've used it for proms, dances, all that jazz. Fetish and Androgyny. It makes my blue and green eyes pop so much. My eyes are blue, but then closer to my iris, it is a circle of green. So they're kind of like teal. Very original. Thank you, Parents Jeans, for mixing and doing that. Yeah, I haven't really messed with Swallow Poison and Military because I know their formulations are like, heh. Everything else I really like, since I'm pale, I like using Safe Word as a contour. This is the only time of the day I can film, and this is when everyone likes to get sassy. Watch, see. So I'm sorry, don't dislike the video because of the pets. They're cute, they want attention. So next we gotta talk about a couple more Kat Von D. I have 2 of the shade and lights. This I didn't really put in here because it was like a gift after the whole controversy, and I still don't support her. But I'm not gonna throw away a gift. Yeah, I do have the Plum Quad. And then this I did get a long time ago for the smoky eyes. But the white's not as opaque. When you need a really opaque white, especially if you're on stage for, you know, all day. You don't want to be worrying if the white is patchy. You want to have it on and make sure it stays on. And that's what Skull did, but this white is not the same. Obviously, this is an older formulation, but the base shade has been through hell and back. And now we get to talk about my singles. So these are the LA colors. I have one Baby Pop eyeshadow and one is and the rest are matte eyeshadows. So the Baby Pop is Purple Rain. Pretty much all the singles I used once besides this. I actually did have this in rotation this month, so like, whatever. But I do really like these shadows for only $1. This is Crushed. This one doesn't look like it's been used because when I use dark purples, it's for my outer corner. This is Secret. This looks like ABH Buon Fresco that's in Modern Renaissance, and I forget what other palettes that shade's in. And then this is Forbidden, Soy Nice, Burnt Orange, Red. So I love those little guys. The cat's now high. The rabbit's pissed. Oh my god, I live in a zoo. It's fine. Next we have Limecrime. This is a new purchase. This is Venus. I've only had it in for a month because it was in my throwing shade rotation. And I do really like this. I'm really happy I now have it. My only problem with it is Rebirth is not pressed properly and is constantly popping out of the pan. But that's just, you know, a little OCD thing. Next we have my Lorac palette. I have the Lorac Free Spirit palette. This is an oldie. I said I used this 4 times. The mauve shade has a big dip, and the crease shade, I can never tell with the mattes what has a big dip and what doesn't. And also this one right next to the pink shade has a big dip. I bought it for prom 2 years ago, I think. And I don't regret it. And plus this packaging color is like, I gravitate towards raspberries, so that doesn't help. And then the Lorac Mega Pro for it. This has been in pretty much every single update. And this is what it looks like. It hasn't been used and abused that much because normally when I reach for it, I'll just reach for one shade. I do really like it. It is cool toned, which isn't my fave. I make it work. Okay, now I need to speed up. We have to do my Makeshift palettes. So my Makeshift Baby Z. This is my Sephora Baby Z. At the moment, this has one Coastal Sun shade and aluminum taupe. This has leftover Tarte shades from a 2015 Romantic Essentials palette along with that purple. These are all from the Modern Renaissance palette. And then these 6 are from the Lorac Brunch palette. Those are mostly eyeshadows that I'm currently focusing on panning. And I try to pull in a shadow into each look. For example, today I used Buon Fresco. This is my other Baby Z palette. This has 2 L'Oreal shades, a Makeup Forever shade, and then a rainbow highlighter. The rainbow highlighter kind of sucks, but it's there in case I need it. This is my Big Z palette. This has the remainder of the Modern Renaissance and the Lorac Brunch. If you're wondering why they're not in a normal square, it's so I can remember which name is what because some of the names have rubbed off the back. And then these is the Makeup Geek and Manny palette. This is another LA Colors single eyeshadow in Whisper. This is a Weird Franken shade, and then this was shavings off the Jeffree Star highlighter in Eclipse, because if you know, some of his highlighters need to get really bad weird hard pan, so you have to do the tape method. And so I also tried to scrape it to see if I didn't have to do tape, it didn't work, whatever. Coastal Scents. This is another Makeshift palette. The first 2 rows are the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. This is ABH 10K and this is ABH Intense Glare. This is also from the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. And then these are all Coastal Scents shades: Mauve, Cherry Moss, Chocolate Cherry, Incognito. Nice! My little Smashbox Full Exposure palette. This is one of my pan the palettes for 2019. So this is a little sneak peek. I hit pan in that little dude. But yeah, that's the current state of it. These two are also pan that palettes. This is Tarte Tease. Thank you, Kat. And the Tartiest Pro palette. Oh, shit. It's so reflective, but that's what it looks like. I forgot a palette when I was talking about Makeshift. This is the QKI interchangeable palette. I put this all together because some of it was with the Z palette, some of it was not, just to create more use, but that didn't work out. So this is what it looks like. I finished up that shade. That shade's almost done. Too Faced, the natural matte palette. Only a little bit of use because I did get this from a TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Can't remember, can't recall. Too Faced chocolate bonbons. This is what it looks like. Divinity is completely used up. There's pan and molasses chip and all the way over second row, last one, and cashew chew. And yeah, I haven't reached for this one in quite a bit. It's been used in every update but this last round. It's on vacation for a little bit. Now, all of my Urban Decays. We'll do the heat first because it's been in every single round. Little sneak peek. Ounce is finally done. I don't know how I did it. We'll talk about that in my A to Z 2018 finale. Don't know how I did it, but this is what the palette currently looks like. I will have to start reaching for it more because this is one of the palettes that I kind of regret getting, but I do like the colors, so then I'm torn, you know, the whole shebang. This is the Naked 3 palette. I do have Pan and Buzz. Black Heart has shattered twice, and that's the sitch. We'll get the little single out of the way. This is an Urban Decay single. This is 1985. A nice purple, because at the time I wanted purple and I had no purple, so I bought this. Oh, we'll talk about this, because I've been using it the past month. This is the Urban Decay and Basquiat Gold Griot palette. I don't know. I still haven't looked up how to pronounce it. Don't hate me. This is what it looks like. I have a hair in my mouth. Pan and Levitation. It's at a weird angle because I was using a weird stubby thick crease brush. But yeah, I really do like this palette. Next is the Urban Decay After Dark palette. This does not have a lot of use because it's all shimmers, but that's all gonna change soon. Next, Urban Decay and Kristen Leanee Kaleidoscope palettes. I feel like if anything's gonna have, Spitfire has a big dip, but the Leo and Brixton shade, this shade that's Brixton, which is white to pink duochrome, has a big old dent. But yeah, I really do like this palette. I think it will be relatively easy to pan when I decide to pan it, but I don't want to pan it yet. Plus, it's fine. I'm not ready yet. And next from Urban Decay, this was only used once, but this is the Naked Urban Decay palettes. Yeah, not much to say about this boy because he's literally brand new. Okay, we'll go over the two things that literally were only ever featured once. This is the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee single and the Wet n Wild trio. This was from the Valentine's Day collection last year. This is hard and heavy. There is pan in the brow bone shade and a big dip in the eyelid shade, and that's about it. I actually wore this last night. But this little dude has been in literally every single update. This is the Will You Marina Me. This is from that same collection. And the brow bone finally has pan. I thought that was never going to happen. It was pissing me off. But yeah, the crease shade and eyelid shade have never been touched, but the brow bone has pan. That is pretty much everything I've used, everything I've hit pan on in the past probably 6 months that I've been doing this. I think if I were to do something like this again, it would be like literally just pan porn, like LS's original thing. But yeah, I don't think I would do a rotating monthly, what palettes have I used ever again. I mean, it was fun, but like, it's just chaotic, and it takes up so much storage on my computer with all the photos I have saved and all the files for the photos. So, not even mention the video clips, because I'm not even putting any in this video because I've already deleted all of them. Hope you enjoyed this series that never had a official name because I never picked one. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. And peace out, Girl Scout.